really, really good development's gonna happen. You're gonna have players coming from countries like ours, like third world countries, African nations, wanting to play for Maccabi Haifa, because as long as they can play and make it to the Champions League, they'll be spotted, because this is gonna be a team people watch, like how they watched Leicester a while back, how they watched Villarreal and under Emery, how they're watching Union Berlin right now. It's just that's how good this Maccabi Haifa team has been playing, and even though they don't have that much to show for it, they've really done themselves proud in Europe this year.
Honestly, like before this Champions League, I doubt most of us even knew what a Maccabi Haifa was. Now they'll be forever known as the Saudi team, and that against all odds dispatched the old lady in her own home. That sounds like a crazy
crime. That's a crime.
But moving on, well, not moving on from the match, but just moving on to an aspect of the match, and the aspect of the match is what I'm talking about. The greatest of all time, the absolute living legend, the walking sense of pride for the Argentinians, the captain of the Albiceleste, the pure echelons of footballing majesty. He's in a different galaxy altogether. The man, the myth, the legend, Lionel Messi. As you can probably tell, he is my favorite player based on that introduction that I did give him. This man did it today. I'm not even gonna lie. Every single move, every single play, every single body feint, dribble, it was all made with a purpose today. And rightfully so, he came away with the Man of the Match award. 2 goals, 2 assists, 10 out of 10 performance for the little man on his day. What do you make of his performance today, Jackson?
I mean, as a great commentator once said, because I don't remember his name, but I was watching the game and Nani scored and he said it's absolutely orgasmic. That goal Messi scored with the outside of his boot, it was just as good. I mean, it's world class, as it's always been. You know, Leo had a bad season last season just to prove he's human, but he's back to what he used to be. A player that it's really, really hard to contain, hard to beat, hard to stop. You know, he's almost as good as Anthony. But moving on to, I mean, he's. I mean, really. I mean, on the jokes aside, Messi's been back at his game. If he is to miss one of PSG's remaining games and Argentina do fantastic throughout the World Cup and he makes it to the World Cup final, that will be his 1000th career game. And, you know, we're all prepared for that. I think everyone is prepared for Messi to play his 1000th game at the World Cup, at the finals of the World Cup, to probably cement his legacy. If he loses, then I don't think it will be a good look, but hey.
Let's be honest here, Argentina are not losing this World Cup. I will bet my entire... I'll bet my FIFA goal.
You bet FIFA.
That's how confident. But I have about 37,000, right, on that account, and I can bet it that account that he's winning, right? Right, as it stands right now, my account is worth about $4,000 US dollars, right? About that?
Yeah.
Don't ask where I got that money from. But that's how confident I am in the little man's ability. His mercurial magisterial self. Man. He's almost good as Scott Parker.
Oh, you're back to Parker. Oh my God.
Moving on. And to other Champions League magic, so to speak, the last year champions, they experienced a shock defeat to RB Leipzig today, losing 3-2. Leipzig, and led by Timo Werner, did absolutely amazingly with dispatching the Galacticos. Rodrigo in the 90th minute +4 scored a penalty to make them at 3-2. But Madrid seemed out of it today. Leipzig seemed to do everything right. What does this say about Madrid? What does it say about the class, about the Champions League as a whole? not to discredit RB Leipzig, they did amazingly, but do you think that Madrid could have done better? And if they did, do you see this result being different?
Well, you have to look at it on both sides. I mean, could Madrid have done better? Sure, but when you go up against Josko Vardial and Antonio Silva in the back line, it's really hard to break down. Timo Werner is doing fantastically. Never put him in a Chelsea shirt ever again. Christopher Nkunku, let's hope he sees what's going on and decides to not go to Chelsea in the future. The team is really good. Amadou Aidara was really good in midfield. But Real Madrid, I was going to be a bit worried. I looked at the team, I didn't see a few players. And I looked at the midfield, and it was Cruz, Tchouaméni and Camavinga. And all I could say is Cruz is going to be out next season, and that's going to be replaced by Bellingham. I have no doubt in Real Madrid being as good as they are. And if they are to win it this season, they might go 3 straight next season. So they could have done better on the night. I mean, Ancelotti had 3 left backs on the bench and started Nacho at left back. So they could have done much better. He may have decided to just give that game away. But credit to Leipzig.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just credit to Leipzig for that game.
Yeah, honestly, this wasn't a game that Madrid had to win. I think they just gave the youngsters, or just a little refresher for the lads who don't normally play. As you said, Bellingham, right, and he's the subject of the next debate, or topic I should say. He has been linked with a plethora of teams all over Europe. As you said, Madrid are interested, right? Bayern obviously are interested. The likes of Manchester United, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Manchester City, all are vying for his signature. But at this moment in time, the most likely frontrunner appears to be Todd Bowley's Chelsea. They are prepared to offer an absolutely mammoth fee for him. Sources are saying about £138 million, so about 150 million euros for the youngster from Borussia Dortmund. While I can say that that is a lot of money, and let's be honest, no footballer in the world is worth it. Now, let me just clear that up. Not one footballer on this planet is worth over 100 million. Right? Look at Grealish. Grealish is over 100 million. Hell, I'm worth 50 million at this point. Right? So I don't think the price suits it because they're just throwing money around, but that just shows how influential he has been, despite his young age, in the crux of this failing Dortmund team at this moment. It's the best time for him to leave right now. Dortmund aren't doing well at all. They're in a bad situation overall, not financially, but club-wise and league-wise, they're playing absolutely horrendously. I think it's best for him to move. But as I said about Chelsea, right, and not to stray, but do you think that, as the sources say, that's his most likely destination? And can you see Graham Potter making good use of him as a central midfielder?
Well, I think Bowley does like Bellingham. I think Bowley's still playing real life FIFA career mode, just throwing money. He'll give the best financial package, no doubt. But I think Potter won't go for Bellingham. I don't think Potter will be going for him. I think Potter will just go back to Brighton and say, hey, I'd like Moise Caicedo, because he has a really high ceiling, the South American, and his name is there to be etched in European history, in European glory. What I will say is, if at the end of the season Newcastle are in the Champions League, don't be surprised if Bellingham's wearing black and white, because they can give him everything at that point, because they already can give him the 6-figure salary, they can give him the 7-figure sign-on bonus, and then they'll be able to give him European football. I mean, and say at St. James's Park, it's always rocking for the Geordies. So don't look too far on them if they make the Champions League. But for now, Chelsea could always offer the most money. Man United are always the team blowing people out of the water when it comes to bids. You just have to wait and see to see. It's gonna be his decision ultimately, because the price will be set, and any team that hits it is gonna be able to negotiate. He did speak with Ferguson when he just moved to Dortmund, and he told him that the only reason he's not joining United was because he wasn't going to get game time yet, and Ferguson said make sure you join later. So maybe he listens to Alex, maybe he listened to Sir Alex, maybe he spoke to Eric Cantona as well, and I don't think you want to cross him, but it's all up to him. it's just up to Bellingham at this point.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. It's up to the player and his camp to decide whether or not he shall be on the move this January. But moving on, back to England and to Arsenal. The London club have been reportedly given £50 million to splurge on question mark in the transfer window. 50 million to keep up a title charge against Manchester City. Are they having a laugh or something? City can literally buy half of Europe. What is 50 million gonna do? What do they want to sign? Do they want to re-sign Connosaurus on a fee? I don't understand. How do they expect 50 million to be enough for Arteta to give this team the backing that it needs going into January and into the latter stage of the season? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, they do have a good 11. They do have decent squad players. Hearing that they're going to be in for Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, they're going to probably offer 50 million plus Albert Lokonga to get that guy from Lazio. They've always heard him of being, moving around, leaving Lazio. Lazio saying they want 100 million for him. We know he's not going to move in January again. It's another transfer window where he's rumoured to move and not moving. But 50 million, I think Arsenal can do okay with that. They bought Vieira for less. They bought Sambi Lokonga. They have a lot of good squad players that just need proper development. So they're not really in a position that you look on the team and say, yeah, they need depth there, they need depth there. I mean, they've got players. They just have to develop them properly.
Well, honestly, I think they could use a little bit more, at least 70 million to keep up a title challenge. But moving on to the final topic of the GC Sports transfer roundup for the day, and it is the man, the myth, the legend, Son Heung-min, the Tottenham superstar, has been linked with Real Madrid. Madrid apparently are willing to make a move for him in January. Honestly, he deserves the move at this point. He spent his entire career at Tottenham not winning anything at all, just to go to Madrid to win the La Liga, to win Champions League. It's a win-win situation. They get 90 million, Madrid gets a star winger, and the star winger gets trophies. It's just whether or not the Tottenham board are willing to let him go. Do you see this transfer working out?
It's something I thought should have happened a few years ago. Son, I've always said Son is the Ronaldo that is to replace Ronaldo at Real Madrid. He's the only number 7 that could have gone there and taken the shirt. It's gonna happen. I mean, it looks like they may actually have some legs to that story. However, at this point in time, Son is not Son. Son is father now, and he can't move. He can't do what he used to do. I mean, it would be a great move for Son in his career. He could win something, but this is I think Real Madrid will move for him in January purely because he can play through the middle as well, and they do need some sort of backup for Karim Benzema. They're gonna need somebody to help him until they get Haaland in 2024.
I think it would be a good move for him, as he said. Right, the players just having a little bit of dip in the form, but we've seen that from our people. We've seen Ronaldo not being. He's Naldo at this point. He's not Ronaldo. He's Naldo.
Yeah, he's not right.
And last year we saw Messi. He wasn't Messi. He was Messiah. But moving on from that, and that is the end of the GC Sports transfer roundup for the day, and consequently the end of GC Sports today. With that being said, I'd like to thank everyone who tunes in and listens to this podcast. You can follow us at Spotify and on Twitter at GC_sports. It's, as per usual, it's an absolute pleasure to serve myself being Randy Savage and Jackson Bryan. We always enjoy making this content, so just please be sure to like, drop a subscribe. Leave your comments to us on Twitter. We always respond, so don't worry about our response time. And yeah, is there anything you want to say in the final few seconds, Jackson?
All I'm gonna say is coming up is NBA started, and Ben Simmons, the Messiah, is back and fouling out in 2 of the 3 games he's played. He's had 12 fouls, 17 points. Fantastic player. We'll see you guys next time.